Raymond, did you already speak with the attorney?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he said he's got a motion. I
Okay.
just wait here. I
Yep,
just
that's
wait
right.
here. Okay.
Correct. Yep, thanks.
o- Okay.
Sammer, the judge isn't here yet.
All right, just wanted to
That's
let you
fine.
know we were ready on Elmi, and then the assault and battery cases. They're just like the DV cases, right? So I'm probably waiting for the DV prosecutor.
Right.
All right. So just wanted to let you know on Miss Hanson, I just need to talk with the prosecutor, and on Mr. Elmi, she emailed me earlier. So that's going to be a dismissal whenever the judge is here. Okay.
Okay, sure. Hey, just to give you a heads up, and Michelle, if you can hear me also, the DV prosecutor will not be here for a while, so the state prosecutor is going to be doing her docket.
Perfect. All right. So I'll just jump in and wait for him. Does he usually get here around now?
Yeah, yeah, maybe next 15 minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Mr. Elmi,
Yes, I'm here.
this is Judge Martin. We're just waiting for the prosecutor to show up. As soon as he gets here, we'll get going on your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yep.
There he is. How you doing?
Bonjour. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm really good. It's good to see you. Hey, thanks for the text this morning on that other guy.
Yeah, he left yesterday.
That's cool. All right. I bet that makes you happy.
Hopefully he went home and went to bed. He got out of here late. So on your first night home, you tend to want to sleep in because you can't.
I'm sure. So you have Mr. Wilson, right?
Yeah, he's about 2 minutes away.
All right, cool. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson, we're not quite ready for you yet. We're waiting for the prosecutor.
Good morning, Your Honor. We're all set. You let us know what you need.
Good morning. How are you, officer?
Very well. Doing really well. It's Wednesday.
I'm sorry, what's on Wednesday?
It's like we're halfway done.
I know.
Friday's around the corner.
Woohoo.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
Whoops, I'm gonna get him back out. I moved him too quickly.
Good morning. I'm super. How are you? Your your pre-hearing files on the desk in there. You're welcome. Mr. Mohammed. Mr. DePietro. Mr. DePietro. Did you move him again?
No, I did not.
Where is he? He keeps, let me get him. I just want to get to the bottom of this motion thing. Morning, Deputy.
Good morning. Is this for Mr. Patton?
It is.
Give us a minute, we'll get them pulled and we'll put them in front of the camera as soon as we got them down here.
Thank you. Where did? Marianne, did you run him off? Good morning. Thank you. How are you? I am super. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. That's what Pravanchi just.
Any word on our 11 o'clock or 11:30?
In theory, it's going. There's a whole bunch of room between theory and practice, so you know that. We haven't heard anything as of this morning. So
That's our only live one. We'll be doing good.
I have a class at noon, so I need us to be.
Done.
I have a feeling that it's going to resolve itself without us.
Mohammed just got here.
I know he came in.
Oh,
I put his pre-hearing file in there. I told him people are here. Mr. Elmi has been here since before 8 o'clock. Mr. Wilson's in custody in Wayne, ready to go. Mr. Patton's in custody in Oakland, I think, ready to go. So we're here.
very good.
Marianne said that Mr. Jadala was logged on early. So I have the file staged. You're ready to go as soon as Mr. Mohammed is ready.
Did you see Sam's haircut?
Yes, Judge, I'm ready.
Looks good. Sure.
He had his haircut when I saw him the other day.
Sure.
Don't
Mr.
comment on his appearance because I don't want him commenting on mine.
Mr. Mohammed, Mr. Jadal is in your waiting room.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back. Thank you.
Anything else going on?
Good.
So I saw the projection of 357 kids, 327 kids. I forgot so fast for Community Day.
Well, I guess that they have a contingency plan now. If it's raining, that they'll feed them in the old courthouse.
I need you to shut up. Are you serious? Be quiet.
That's what they said.
329. 329
Does Kroger's know that?
little kids. I don't know.
They think they're feeding 15.
I know that we got so lucky last year that there was an arraignment. I mean, and that's not a word I should use, lucky, but the kids got an opportunity to see court in action, which I wish we could run at least a partial docket so that the public could see, but I don't want to.
Yeah,
Try to figure something out.
we could do a mock one.
I've thought about that and I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. And I'm just waiting for marching orders. I'm happy to do whatever it is they want me to do. I don't know I don't know 9-year-olds anymore and they change and what would keep their attention.
We work for the health department that day. We sample all the food trucks.
Do you know what the food trucks are yet? Has he said?
But,
Has he said what the food trucks are?
no.
There's a guy that sets up at AutoZone. Good Eats, I think is the name of the truck.
Well, you know, there was a guy I saw setting up at, maybe this was a one-time deal, but he was setting up at the, not the Chamber of Commerce. What's in Belleville? Where, where Susan Ireland used to work. What department is that?
Oh, a DDA. You're talking about Kurt's Got Crabs? Or the other one is the burrito guy, the fried burrito guy
I just saw the truck, I mean, the van, I mirrored the trailer, I didn't see what it was.
There's 3 that were setting up in Harris Park last summer. There was Kurt's Got Crabs, who's now down at Comerica Park.
Wow.
Yeah. He set up a couple of times last year. I am so mad at myself that the guy's name is Devon Campbell, and I cannot think of the name of his truck, but he's a fried burrito, chicken wings, hamburger guy. His truck is like a yellow or orange. He set up at DDA a couple of times, and the third one's a barbecue person. And she would have them come out when she was doing, I think she was doing music in the park for 10 or 12 weeks or something like that. You know what? It's killing me. Because we would go to the park and listen to the music and just, use that as an opportunity to get dinner out and about. I cannot think of the name of this guy's truck. And it was good because he would set up here in Romulus sometimes too. He would set up in front of It's a Wrap. It's a Wrap
Okay.
Foods. He would set up at the Artisan down here on Goddard Road. But then Belleville, when they do the farmers market on Mondays, they would have food trucks from time to time. And when they do that music in Horizon Park,
Yeah.
they have food trucks. So have you gone to the one that's set up out here in the parking lot?
We've never, ever got there when he's had food volumes. I mean, we waited in line for probably 30 minutes and he said, all I got left is desserts.
Him running out of food is a good thing then.
Twice he's been here and he sells out. The people come from off the road to come see him. So he must be well known.
Well, I know the DDA is doing it, and the last DDA director wanted to do it, have different food trucks rotating out, because you figure between us, the library, and City Hall, you have a captive audience.
Oh, yeah. You know, in Heritage Park, we walk there and they have, every Thursday night, they have concerts in the park, different bands come in.
Good morning, Mr. Hadley.
Morning, Your Honor. I'm
And
here.
They have food trucks. But they also have, what I think is cool, is they have a good humor
Hey,
truck.
Josh, do you need to go
Oh,
in
good
to
humor
speak
truck.
to the prosecutor? Good morning.
There is a,
Covering for Mr. Nunley on a Keith Stewart and a Tiandre Davis.
Okay.
Let me see. Yes, if I could, please.
You betcha.
there is a lady in Romulus, and I'm mad that I cannot think of her name. She has her own ice cream truck. And I told her, I said, you should come sit up here on Wednesdays because we are guaranteed to have something live on Wednesdays. And now these Thursdays with. Were you expecting Mr. Jadala to come out?
Oh, yeah. I think he
As
just
soon as
wants,
he pops out, I'll call Mr. Elmy and who's Mr. Wilson's attorney? I see NDS, but
so Judge, for that Elmi case, it's APA Patricia Mandernich case, but my understanding is that it's supposed to be a dismissal. So I need to stop.
the second that Mr. Jadala pops out, I'll call it.
Okay.
Thank you. That, and I keep advocating that we should have Kona Ice here, which
Oh, yeah.
I might have them come out on our, maybe an ordinance day, since we have so many people, or a a misdemeanor day in person.
They do a lot of the schools.
They do, yeah, I drive by them pretty regularly.
The kids love them things too.
I love them. I'm a big Slurpee slush girl, so, yeah.
All right.
Thanks for entertaining me, sir.
I'll keep in touch.
Appreciate it.
Want the door open or
It's up to you. I don't care. I don't know that there's anything else going on.
close when you're not, when you're in your by yourself?
That's fine. My heart won't be broken.
You know how to gun the first time.
No, I just want to Raphael, put on his meter. Where?
I don't know who that is, but you need to mute yourself, please.
I know it's one.
Mr. Jadala, we have 240155 SM, State of Michigan versus Raymond Elmy. Your appearances, please.
APA Mohammed, P86771, standing in for the APA of record, APA Patricia Mandernich.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Richardala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Elmy. Mr. Elmy, please say your name.
My name is Raymond Elmy, E-L-M-Y.
Thank you so much, sir. Today is the day and time scheduled for the show cause of Raymond and pretrial. Mr. Jadala, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, respectfully, I would like to represent to the court on April 4th. I was sent discovery in this matter by APA Mandrich, and then later that day, I was also sent notification that they are dismissing this matter because they are unable to proceed.
This case is hereby dismissed. Is there anything else, Mr. Mohammed?
Nothing from the people, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further from Mr. Elmy. Mr. Elmy, you can log off.
Thank you very much. Have a good
Have a
day.
good day, Mr. Elmy. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 230524 SM, State of Michigan versus Diana Hanson. Ma'am, turn your video on, unmute yourself and state your name for me, please.
Diana Hanson.
Mr. Jadala, this case is in warrant status. It is scheduled for a show cause of Raymond and pretrial this morning. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, respectfully, at this time, we're going to request that the bench warrant be recalled, set this matter for a pretrial, and we ask for the latest pretrial possible. My client works until about 4 o'clock in the morning, so she has a newborn child, so we just ask for a latest pretrial time as possible.
Sir, take your hat off for me. Ms. Hanson, turn your video on. Mr. Jadala, the warrant is recalled. Ms. Hanson has not been arraigned. Do you take any position?
We'd wait for more reading and staying mute, Your Honor.
My camera doesn't work.
Thank you. Ms. Hanson, the next time that you appear, you'll need to be able to either be able to turn your video on or you'll appear here and use the court's video room. The indication from the police department is that they don't oppose personal bond. For that reason, the court will set Ms. Hanson's bond at $5,000 personal. Ms. Hanson, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court until this matter is resolved. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the complainant in this case. And ma'am, no contact means no contact. No direct contact, no contact with social media, no contact with third parties. Should the court receive reports that you've made efforts to be in contact or communication with the complainant victim in this matter, it could be viewed as a violation of the terms of your bond. Your bond could be revoked and you could spend the rest of these proceedings in custody. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. The latest in the day, pre-trial next week with Judge Oakley. Mary Ann,
Yes, ma'am.
does Judge Oakley have any space left next week, the 17th?
Yes, at 8:30.
Your Honor, can we choose any other day? I have a domestic violence case that day. and I really don't want to see this judge twice.
You have a domestic violence case with Judge Oakley?
I do.
Ma'am, the only thing I could do is push it back one more week to the 24th.
Okay.
It will be with Judge Oakley again, but that's
8:45, Judge.
Yes.
Ms. Hanson, I heard Mr. Jadala indicate that you don't get off of work until super early in the morning, but again, the court can't control what space is available, really. It's April the 24th, 8:45 a.m. in person in courtroom number 2 with Judge Oakley. Mr. Jadala, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hanson, you're free to go. You have a good day.
You too.
Your Honor, I would just direct the clerk, if the clerk could redirect Ms. Tiandre Davis back to the MIDC waiting room. I'm not sure why she's out. I was still in the process of speaking with her.
You got it.
Thank you. Absolutely not. Mr. Perkins, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, Your Honor?
I am super. How have you been?
Well, you don't hear that often. That's great. I'm doing all right.
You're a couple of hours early.
I didn't know. Oh no, we have a waiver.
Let's see. Is there anything else ready, Mr. Jadala?
No, Your Honor. I was just looking at the breakout rooms. I'm sorry.
Thank you. This is 230-832-FY. This is State of Michigan versus Amjad Ibrahim. Sir, unmute yourself, turn your video on. Attorneys, may I have your appearances, please?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people, P86771.
Good morning, Your Honor, and good morning to your staff. May it please this honorable court. My name is Todd Russell Perkins, P55623, appearing on behalf of Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, can you state your name for the record?
Yes, Amjad Ibrahim.
Thank you. As the court indicated, this case is scheduled for preliminary examination in person at 11:30 this morning. Mr. Perkins has indicated that there will be a waiver forthcoming of that exam.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ibrahim, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Perkins, and you understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, you understand that you have an absolute right to have a preliminary examination in this matter where the prosecution would have to show that both a crime had been committed and that probable cause exists to believe that you were involved in the commission of that crime.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm aware.
And after discussing the case with Mr. Perkins, your attorney, you wish to waive your right to have that preliminary examination.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And sir, you understand that once you waive that exam, the next step in these proceedings is that you will be bound over on all of the counts against you for arraignment on the information in the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
And sir, you're asking to waive this exam. You haven't been threatened in any way or promised anything.
No, Your Honor, I have not.
Mr. Perkins, would you like to inquire any further of your client?
No, I think the court sufficiently established his understanding and knowing waiver of his preliminary examination rights.
Mr. Mohammed, any objection to the waiver?
No objection.
Thank you. The court will find that Mr. Ibrahim has freely and voluntarily waived his right to have a preliminary examination with the 21 counts that he faces. Mr. Perkins, because you appear by Zoom, there's not a signed waiver. Do you authorize the court to sign the waiver on your behalf and on behalf of your client?
I do, Your Honor.
Same question to you, Mr. Mohammed.
No objection.
Thank you. The court is signing the waiver on behalf of both attorneys and the defendant in this matter. finding again that that waiver has been freely and voluntarily given. The next step in these proceedings, sir, is that you will be bound over on all counts with an arraignment on the information at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice on Wednesday, April the 24th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Your previously entered bond with any conditions will continue. Is there anything else, Mr. Mohammed?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Perkins?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Ibrahim, you're free to go. You have a good day. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, quick question. Can I have just the correct number of counts being bound over? If Mr. Mohammed knows the
Every
exact
count,
count.
everything that you were charged with, Mr. Ibrahim, will go with you. I have 21 counts. Do you want me to read them for you?
No, just making sure if there was a discrepancy in the number of counts.
My file shows 21. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, starting with delivery and manufacture of controlled substance and ending with the same.
I understand the counts, Your
Okay.
Honor. Okay.
If you have any questions, Mr. Perkins can reach out to our office and we'll get them over to him.
Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
You as well.
Everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Perkins.
Thank you.
Thank you, Detective Long.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Were you ready with something, Mr. Mohammed?
No, Judge. I was just waiting
Your
on
waiting
that
room is
case.
full, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. To the gentleman in the car with the headset on,
Yes, ma'am.
your name, sir?
Matthew Yami Ado. My case number is 4S.
Sir, no, I don't need your case number, but you're not labeled properly, which tells me that court staff is trying to get you redirected so someone can talk to you. If you see a button to go into a breakout room, please go there. Staff is trying to talk to you, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Were you ready on the Reese matter?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
You spoke to Mr. Mohammed already?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is 230631 SM, State of Michigan versus Robert Joseph Reese. May I have your appearance, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Carissa Sabrina, P84955, on behalf of Robert Reese, who's present on Zoom and consents to proceeding via Zoom this morning. Mr. Reese, please state your first and last record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Joseph Reese.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. How are we proceeding this morning, counsel?
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for a final pretrial. The prosecution just provided us with an offer yesterday afternoon. I'm asking for an adjournment to allow myself time to effectively counsel Mr. Reese. Unfortunately, Mr. Reese his grandfather regrettably passed away, so we're just asking for a little bit of time since he's handling his affairs. I'm respectfully asking for May 1st, and it's my understanding there is no objection from the prosecution.
Mr. Reese, please accept my condolences on the loss of your grandfather.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
We will adjourn the pretrial to May the 1st at
9 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
9.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary Ann. At 9 a.m. That's by Zoom. And number 3 with Judge Green. Is there anything else, ma'am?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Reese, you're free to go. You have a good day, sir.
Your Honor, again, thank you very much for your condolences and thank you again.
You're welcome.
Have a good day to you and your staff.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sorry about all the bouncing around, Your Honor.
I was wondering what happened to you.
For whatever reason, I think my computer decided it doesn't like my speakers anymore. So I'm going to just go into a quiet space and zoom in from my phone.
Who are you here with, sir?
Judge, I have Mr. Clifford Watson today for a probable cause conference.
Did you speak to Mr. Mohammed or did you need to?
Yeah, I think I should probably talk to him briefly.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Good morning, Mr. Dubowski.
I just put him in the breakout room.
Thank you. He's been out and I hadn't seen Mr. Cunningham, so I wasn't sure what the story was. Mr. Kaylee?
Yes,
Did you need to speak to the prosecutor this morning?
yes, please, thank you.
Let's get you moved into his waiting room. Madam Prosecutor, are you ready with something? Good morning, Attorney Hamilton.
Morning.
Who are you here with?
So I have Jonathan Wilson and Janelle Clark.
Are you ready with Mr. Wilson?
I need a breakout room with him briefly, either before or
Let's get
after.
Dealer's choice.
Before, I guess we'll do before.
We'll get you moved into a breakout. Give me one moment. Good morning, Mr. Gagnon.
Good morning.
Did you need to speak to the prosecutor regarding Mr. Patton?
Not the prosecutor. May I speak with Mr. Patton for a moment, please?
Absolutely. I'll send you into 19 with him. Give me 1 second. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, Judge.
Thank you for joining the show, ma'am.
You're welcome. Sorry, I'm just a little late.
Nope, I'm, Marianne, she's in the breakout. I can't change you to anything.
Do you want to throw me in that breakout room and then she
I
can come out?
am. I'm just
Thank
trying
you.
to figure out, she's in clerk waiting room. Let me get you in there. Are we ready now with Mr. Wilson?
Yes, we're ready.
240333 FY, State of Michigan versus Jonathan Wilson.
Hey, good morning, Vanessa Hamilton, P82107, on behalf of Mr. Jonathan Wilson, who joins us via Zoom in the Wayne County Jail. Could you say your name for the record, Mr. Wilson?
He's muted and his camera's off. He might need Deputy Provanchi's assistance.
Okay. I did speak with him in a breakout room, Your Honor, and I can confirm that is Mr. Wilson in the Wayne County Jail.
I know, we've chatted already. The jail got kicked out. They're coming back in. Give me one moment to get them rejoined. Attorney Hamilton, I see. Oh, thank you, Provanchi.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Wilson, would you state your name for me, please?
Jonathan Wilson.
Thank you. How are we proceeding, Attorney Hamilton?
Your Honor, we'd just like to set a preliminary exam date.
Is discovery complete in this matter?
Yes, I've spoken with the prosecutor and we'll follow up if there are any issues, but it should be all set.
Thank you. Live exam date of Marianne, there's something with your audio.
15th, 12 o'clock.
I still can't hear you.
I don't know if my
May 15th. Can you hear me?
May 15th
at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock, thank you. May 15th?
Would it be possible
at 12 o'clock p.m.?
I'll actually be out on medical leave at that point. Would it be possible to move it to the 29th?
I'm off of criminal on the 29th, the 22nd.
We can do the 22nd.
Are you sure?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Okay.
12 o'clock, Judge.
Thank you. May the 22nd, 2024 at 12 p.m. That's in person in courtroom number 1. Is there anything else on behalf of Mr. Wilson?
That's it, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson, I will see you on May the 22nd, sir, at noon.
Okay.
Your hands up. What's going on, Mr. Wilson?
Can I get the lawyer's number? Right?
I'm sorry?
Can I get the contact number for the lawyer?
Yeah. Are you ready to?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's 313
313
418
418
8998.
8998. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney Hamilton, did you need to speak to Ms. Clark?
Yes, could I get a breakout room with Ms. Clark, please?
Absolutely. Detective Long, you're back. How can I help you, sir?
I'm waiting for him. Mr. Muhammad referenced the Davis case.
Mr. Davolsky, did you speak to Mr. Mohammed?
Yes, we're just gonna adjourn the PCC.
Not quite yet, sir. Where's your client?
I was just gonna, if the court could pass the case, I'll call him and find out where he's at. Okay,
If you would, please, when he pops on, I'll get your case called, sir.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Petro, did you speak with the prosecutor yet?
I have not, Your Honor.
I'll put you in a breakout room.
Thank you.
Mr. Gagnon, were you ready with Mr. Patton?
We are. We're going to waive our examination.
Give me 1 second. He's still, you left him in the breakout room. Let's get him back here in this main session. I'll get the case called.
Thank you.
This is 240148 FY, State of Michigan versus Glenn Scott Patton. Your appearances, please.
Brian Gagnon, County Neighborhood Defender Service, P64220.
Your name for me, please, sir?
Glenn Scott Patton.
Thank you. Mr. Gagnon, you were saying?
Your Honor, please accept the waiver of my client's right to a preliminary examination. If the court recalls, my client was taken into custody by Oakland County after he bonded out of Wayne County. We had already set this for an examination date. He wasn't present. All witnesses were. Our plan was always to waive the exam.
Thank you. Mr. Patton, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you've had the opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Gagnon, and you understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
I do.
You understand that you have an absolute right to have a preliminary examination where the prosecution would have to show that both a crime had been committed and that probable cause exists to believe that you were involved in the commission of that crime.
I do.
And after having that conversation with your attorney, you wish to waive your right to have that examination?
I do.
And sir, you're doing so freely and voluntarily.
I am.
You haven't been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to waive the exam.
No one threatened me to waive the exam.
Thank you. You understand that once you waive this exam, the next step in the proceedings is that you will be bound over to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice for an arraignment on the information.
Yeah, I understand.
And that's how you wish to proceed.
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Gagnon, because you appear on Zoom and not in person, there is not a signed waiver form. Do you authorize this court to sign the waiver on your behalf and on behalf of your client?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Patton, the court is now signing the waiver on your behalf and on behalf of your client. Once Mr. Mohammed appears, I will have him sign off that he does not object to the waiver. The court will sign the waiver, and as indicated previously, you'll be bound over as previously charged. There will be an arraignment on the information on Wednesday, April the 17th, 2024 at 9 a.m. at the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. Your previously entered bond with any of its conditions will continue. Mr. Gagniak, was there anything else on behalf of Mr. Patton?
No, thank you.
Thank
What was
you.
that
Mr. Patton, good luck to you, sir. You have a good afternoon, okay?
For the date.
It's 1 week from today. It's 4/17. I will inform Frank Murphy, and we'll get this on Zoom.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike Long.
Have a
Take
good
care,
day,
Mark.
sir.
Mm.
Mr. Jadala, what are you ready with?
Your Honor, we are ready on Davis, Michaela, and Naomi Adu.
This is 220186 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Tiandra Davis. Your names for the record, please.
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Davis. I'm sorry, on behalf of Miss Davis. Miss Davis, please say your name.
Tiandra Davis.
Your Honor, I believe there's a detective.
How are we proceeding, Mr. Jadala?
I believe there's
Sorry.
a detective that'd like to make a statement for the record on that case.
Detective Long?
Morning, Your Honor. I attempted to serve the victim or the victim, Chandra Rose. I was unable to make any contact with her. Last day was 3:25, about 2 in the afternoon. I left a subpoena at her residence with no response.
And Your Honor, with that being the case, we'd respect the request of dismissal on this matter. It is final pretrial.
Thank you. This matter having been scheduled for 8:45 a.m., it now being 9:18 a.m. by the court's clock. Detective Long placing on the record that he's been unable, well, he has served the subpoena without response from the complainant in this case. The case will be dismissed.
Thank you,
The
Judge.
bond that was posted will be released, refunded, less the administrative fee due to the court. Is there anything else on behalf of Ms. Davis?
Nothing further, Ms. Davis. You can log off.
Thank you. Oh. I have a question.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I supposed to get like any information, like a paper?
You could come to the court and you could request proof of that dismissal. It's called the Register of Action. You'd have to come to the court.
Okay, so I have to come to Michigan.
Or you can call the court and they may email it to you. So just go to the 34th District Court website.
Okay, yeah, I just want to show my job. Okay, thanks.
Ms. Davis, you're free to go. You have a good day. This is 240178 SM, State of Michigan versus Richard Michaela. May I have your appearances, please?
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186, standing in for the attorney of record, Mrs. Crystal Medina. Your Honor, after speaking with the prosecutor, he lets me know he's unable to proceed today for the final pretrial. We'll be requesting a dismissal on this matter.
Sir, state your name for me, please.
This is Richard Mekla.
Mekla, thank you. This case having been scheduled at 8:45 a.m., it now being 9:20 a.m. by the court's clock, the indication being that the complainant has failed to appear. This case will be hereby dismissed. Is there anything else on behalf of your client, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, that concludes this matter. You're free to go. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you very much.
This is 4S4343272B. A and B. This is State of Michigan versus Matthew Nyemia Ado. Sorry, your appearances, please.
Your Honor, respectfully, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Naomi Ado. For purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, we'd waive formal reading and stay mute. At this time, we're respectfully requesting a pre-trial, Your Honor. Sir, would you say your name for the record?
Matthew Nyami Ado.
And Your Honor, I just would like to let the court know if the file can reflect that Mr. Namiado is an out-of-state truck driver, and I understand that this probably will go to Judge Oakley. If we could perhaps have an accommodation to this matter be on Zoom since he is an out-of-state truck driver. There's no objection from the prosecution, Your Honor.
Out of state?
Yes, Your Honor.
He travels out of state or he lives out of state now?
Both, Your Honor.
We have an address in Flat Rock, Michigan, unless you changed it this morning with the court staff, sir.
No, I live in Flat Rock, but I drive out of state.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I misunderstood.
Yeah. Currently, I'm in Chicago. Yeah.
Sir, your bond in these matters will be set at $3,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to log on and participate in these proceedings until they're resolved in their entirety. Your pretrial date will be
April 17th at 8:45.
April 17th at 8:45 a.m. Mr. Jadala, you're aware of the fact that is Judge Oakley's docket. He controls whether somebody's in person or on Zoom. I would ask that you reach out to Heather to confirm Mr. Nami Abdu's ability to appear by Zoom. Is there
I will.
anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir. You're free to go.
Thank you.
I was looking for Mr. Watson. Did you speak to him, sir?
I have spoken to Mr. Watson, and he may have been trying to get on with Judge Green, and I was trying to get my computer to work. So I did not speak with him this morning, though. No, I have not.
Oh, he's
But
not
I'm-
logged on. That's what.
I'm more than happy to waive his appearance. I mean, I know where I can reach him. It's not an issue.
Oh, I don't know that I'm necessarily comfortable with that 2018 date of offense with no defendant present. Let's see if we can, sir, if you don't mind giving him a call, see if we can get him logged on, please.
Okay, I'll probably have to log off this system and to do that.
Understood.
Okay, I'll
Thank
try.
you.
Thank you.
Attorney Hamilton, were you ready with Ms. Clark?
Yes, we're ready.
You left her in the breakout room. Let me grab her. This is 240328 FY State of Michigan versus Janelle Clark. Your names for the record, please.
Good morning, Vanessa Hamilton, P82107, on behalf of Miss Janelle Clark. Could you say your name for the record, Miss Clark?
Janelle Clark.
Thank you. Today is the day and time scheduled for the PCC. Attorney Hamilton, how are we proceeding?
We are all set with discovery, Your Honor, so we're just looking to set a preliminary exam date. If you have more openings on May 22nd, that would be ideal.
Yes, at 12:30.
That is perfect.
Ms. Clark, your in-person preliminary exam date is scheduled for Wednesday, May the 22nd at 12:30 p.m. That's in person in courtroom number 1. Is there anything else, Attorney Hamilton?
That's it, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. I will see you on the 22nd. Notice of that date and time will be mailed to you at the address that you verify with court staff. Have a good day. Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Were we ready with Mr. Oswald?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. 240143 FD, State of Michigan versus Wayne Oswald. Your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Leo O'Brien on behalf of Mr. Oswald. I've just spoke to the prosecutor, Mr. Mohammed. He's informed me to inform you that we've agreed to a stipulation so I can seek a deviation from Gary Bresnahan.
Mr. Oswald, please state your name for the record. Mr. Oswald? Mr. O'Brien, how long were you looking for, sir?
Wayne A. Oswald.
Thank you.
2 to 3 weeks, please, Your Honor.
April 24th at 8:45.
Thank you, Judge.
April 24th at 8:45 a.m. That's in person in courtroom number 2 with Judge Oakley.
Okay.
Mr. Oswald, notice of that date and time will be mailed to you at the address you verified with court staff. You have a good day. You're free to go, sir. Attorney Hamilton, did you have something else?
I just wanted to double check. I was assigned Mr. Raynard Moncrief for 10 o'clock, but I think I saw that an attorney had filed an appearance. I just wanted to double check that the court has someone else.
I'm sorry, the name of the defendant at 10 o'clock?
But I'm also Raynard Moncrief. Moncrief.
We did receive an appearance.
Would the court like me to stick around just in case, or do you think you're all set?
I think we are all set. We received that communication on April the 4th from the attorney. So thank you so much for double checking on this matter.
No problem. Feel free to call me if you need me to appear.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did Mary Ann share the update with you?
Sorry.
Did Mary Ann share the update with you?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's the same company. Can I have those?
I need you to do me a favor, please.
Okay.
Would you take this? All he has to do is sign it.
The prosecutor?
Yep,
Okay,
thanks.
all right. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stay up here, so I'm gonna leave.
Okay,
He's got to come back in.
thank you. Hey. No. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Jadala.
Your Honor, we're ready on Hagedorn and Joven.
Good morning. How are you? I am super. You bringing me presents? Thank you. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Two 240307 SM, State of Michigan versus John Hagedorn. Your appearance, please.
Select for Your Honor, Sam Richard Dollar, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Hagedorn. Mr. Hagedorn, please say your name.
Javon Govan.
No.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
My name is John Hagedorn Jr. I'm sorry, I was trying to get unmuted. But
You're fine.
Sir, no,
Fine, Mr.
you are perfectly fine. Trust me, Mr. Jadala.
Your Honor, at this time, we please formal reading and stand mute, and we respect the request of pre-trial in this matter.
Mr. Hagedorn, did you hear Mr. Jadala just indicate that you're standing mute to the charges against you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala, there is a blank bond recommendation in the file. Based on that, the court will set Mr. Hagedorn's bond at 5,000 personal. Sir, you do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court until this matter is resolved in its entirety or until further order of the court. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case, that being Christopher Rhodes. And sir, no contact means no contact, no direct contact, no contact with third persons, no contact from social media. Should the court receive reports that you made efforts to be in contact or communication with this person, it could be viewed as a violation of the terms of your bond. Your bond could be revoked and you could spend the rest of these proceedings in custody. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your pretrial date will be
April 17th at 8:45.
April 17th at 8:45 a.m. That's in person in courtroom number 2 with Judge Brian Oakley. Is there anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing, Your Honor. Just my client lives in inpatient housing facility. I let him know that I'll be making a Zoom request with Judge Oakley for him, but he does understand as of now it is something that is going to be in person unless I have authorization otherwise.
Thank you, Mr. Jadala. Mr. Hagedorn, that concludes this matter, sir. You're free to go. You have a great day, okay?
I'm sorry, could you say that date one more time so I could write it?
Next Wednesday, April the 17th at 8:45 a.m.
And it's on Zoom again on the same?
No, sir. It's scheduled to be in person, but Mr. Jadala will make the request for you to be able to appear by Zoom because of your current situation, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Okay, I'm sorry, next Wednesday, you said?
Yes, sir, the 17th.
Okay, what time did you say?
8:45, sir.
8:45. Okay, now, how do I get, that guy's number and information? Do I talk to him?
Hagedorn, I'm going to have your number. I will contact you once I get a response from the court regarding whether it's going to be Zoom or not, okay?
Okay, so I don't have to do nothing though?
Wait till you hear from me, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Have a good day.
You do the same.
You too. Thank you, sir. This is 240302 SM, State of Michigan versus Jovan Govan. May I have your appearance, please?
Yes.
Your Honor, respectfully, Samber Jadala, appearing on behalf of Mr. Govan. Mr. Govan, please say your name.
Javon Govan.
Your Honor, respectfully, for purposes of today's arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute, and at this time, we're respectfully requesting a pretrial on this matter.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala, there is a bond recommendation for 10,000, 10%, and no contact with Edward Lee Govan. Your response to the bond recommendation?
Your Honor, at this time, we're going to respectfully request that you consider a personal bond. He will attend all matters as required, Your Honor. I don't believe he has any prior record, and he's not a flight risk, Your Honor. We respectfully request that this matter just be set for a pretrial, and he will abide by all rules for his bond.
Thank you. The court sees that there is no criminal history. Mr. Govan has appeared timely and appropriately this morning. His bond will be set at 5,000 personal. Mr. Govan, condition of your bond is that you have no assaultive contact with Edward Lee Govan. Do you understand?
Amen.
Do you understand, sir?
Yes. Do you hear me?
Thank you.
Yeah, no, sir, you got to be quiet. Oh, this is only for Javon today, okay, sir?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
April 17th.
Thank you. Their pretrial,
I'm sorry, April 17th at 9:30.
sir, you have a return date to court next Wednesday, April the 17th at 9:30 a.m. That's in person in courtroom number 2 with Judge Oakley. Notice of that new date and time will be mailed to you at the address that you verified with court staff this morning, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Govan, have a good day. You're free to go, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Can I talk to you, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
There's no need to say anything else at this point. Everything that you need to say, we could talk about at your next court date or in between now and your next court date, okay, sir?
Oh, yes, sir.
You can hang up now, sir.
All right.
This is 240154FY. This is State of Michigan versus Travis Early. Your appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark. Good morning, Your Honor. Mark
Sorry.
Hart appearing on behalf of Mr. Early.
Now, Mr. Early,
Hi, Travis Early.
state your name. Thank you. Mr. Hart,
Yep.
how are we proceeding this morning?
Judge, we're going to be waiving the 21-day rule and asking the court to set it for an exam.
Has discovery been completed in this matter, Mr. Hart?
I do believe so, Judge.
That exam date will be
May 15th at 12:30.
Wednesday, May the 15th at 12:30 p.m. in person in courtroom number 1. Notice
Judge,
of that date and time will be mailed.
I'm sorry, Judge. I've got a scheduling conflict on the 15th. Is there another day available?
The 22nd.
Yeah, that should work.
At 1 o'clock.
Very good. Okay,
May
thank you, Judge.
22nd at 1 p.m. Still same rules, courtroom number 1 with me, Mr. Early. Notice of that May 22nd, 1 p.m. date will be mailed to you at the address you verify with court staff. You're free to go. You have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Are we ready with Mr. Watson?
Yes, Your Honor.
194774 FD. This is State of Michigan versus Clifford Watson. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Eric Gozzi on behalf of Mr. Clifford Watson.
State your name for me, sir.
Clifford Watson.
Thank you. Mr. Gozzi, how are we proceeding this morning?
Judge, at this time, we're going to be demanding a preliminary exam. I have reached out to the prosecution with respect to a potential offer. The prosecution has also indicated to me that there is no digital discovery available based on the age of the case. So we're electing to do an examination.
Mr. Gozzi, is paper discovery complete?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Gozzi, before we give you a exam date, I want to disclose on the record that I'm married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. I make that disclosure as Van Buren Township is the police agency involved in this matter. My husband is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the public safety department. He doesn't know anything about this case. He doesn't even know that it's scheduled. That disclosure having been made, do you need a moment to speak to Mr. Watson? Or are you prepared to proceed with the scheduling of the exam?
I think we're prepared to proceed, Judge.
That exam date will be
May 15th at 11:30.
That works, Judge. May 15th at 11:30.
Mr. Watson, you are due back here in court on May 15th at 11:30 a.m. in courtroom number 1. Notice of that date and time will be mailed to you at the address that you verify with court staff. Mr. Gozzi, is there anything else?
No, Judge, just want to place on the record, Mr. Watson, to make sure he understands that's an in-person preliminary exam. Therefore, you must be at the 34th District Court in Romulus, courtroom 1 on that date and time. Do you understand that?
11:30 a.m. courtroom on May 15th. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you then.
Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
This is 240103 SM, State of Michigan versus Keith Stewart. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Keith Stewart. I'm standing in for counsel of record, Mr. Royce Nunley. Mr. Stewart, please state your name for the court.
My name is Keith Stewart.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. Today is the day and time scheduled for the pretrial. Mr. Hadley, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we would like to do two things. One, set the matter for a final pretrial with the complaining witness to appear. And we would ask that that be set out approximately 4 weeks because there's some additional video discovery that we're working on obtaining.
May 8th?
I think that should be sufficient to get everything turned around based on, yeah, May 8th works, Your Honor. Let me just verify on Mr. Nunley's schedule.
Let's give me 1 second to get a time for Mary Ann.
9 o'clock, guys.
Thank you. May 8th at 9 a.m. on Zoom in number 3 with Judge Green. Mr. Stewart, notice of that date and time will be mailed to you at the address you verified with court staff this morning, okay?
Okay.
Have a good day, sir. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ma'am?
To the person that's screaming out while I'm in the middle of a case, how may I help you?
We've been trying to get Arthur Stillfried on your thing. He's in with the victim advocate right now. We've been getting the runaround. First, he was in this courtroom, then he was told to go to Miss Green's courtroom, and now he's back and he's talking to the victim advocate. We just got
Okay.
the subpoena last night at like 9:15 in the evening. So we've been working really hard trying to get him on, and he was talking with the victim's advocate, or he was waiting for the victim's advocate. We've been working on getting him in here since 8:30. I just wanted you to know that he didn't not show up for his subpoena. We've been going back and forth with it.
Ma'am, what case is he here for?
Keith Stewart, he's the victim.
Ma'am, that case just got adjourned. That's the case I just called.
That's why I just tried to say something.
Your Honor, we were
While
set
they
at
were
8:40.
still there.
Yeah, we were at 8:45. I mean, if I'll defer to the court's discretion how you want to do this one.
I haven't done anything except adjourn the case. There's no detriment to Mr. Stillfried at this time. I see him in number 9. Ms. Dudek, I appreciate your assistance, but nothing has happened except this case has been adjourned to May the 8th at 9 a.m. with Judge Green. There's no detriment to Mr. Stillfried.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure since he got the subpoena late last night, and we've been trying to get the right room since 8:30 this morning.
I know, ma'am, I've seen you here.
Okay.
He's logged in. I can see him in a breakout room. That's fine. The victim's advocate is on. If you need to speak to Ms. Oliver, we can get you moved into a breakout room with her, okay?
I think I'm good for now. I just wanted it to be known because I didn't know if you had seen him and I going back and forth. He doesn't know how to work the Zoom, and I've been trying to get him and explain it to him over the phone. So it's been quite a little.
Ma'am, respectfully, give me one moment. My staff will move you, Mr. Stillfried, and Ms. Oliver into a room. You can have these conversations with her, okay?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's just there's 15 other people here, and I understand your frustration. Zoom is a little different for people who don't use it all the time. You're fine. Follow the breakout room. Go in there with Ms. Oliver and Mr. Stillfried, okay?
Thank you. I understand. Have a good rest of your day.
You're so welcome. You too. Thank you. Mr. Kelly, I'm just waiting for your files to come back in. I don't have them right now. So as soon as they come back in, I'll call your client's case.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Hadley, were you ready with something else?
Your Honor, I just wanted to check to see if a Paul Newman had checked in with the court. He was a 9:30 that I'm covering. I have not seen him in the breakout rooms, but I wanted to make sure I had not missed him.
I don't see him. I'm looking and I don't see any unnamed persons either.
Very good, Your Honor. I'll try reaching him by phone. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rourke.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
It looks like the DV prosecutor is running a little late, so I just need to speak with Mohammed again. I guess he's just going to fill in.
We'll get you moved into his breakout room.
Thank you.
Mr. Ruark, did you go Did you go in his
Thanks,
waiting
Mom.
room?
It took me into a meeting room and then immediately kicked me out.
Try it again. Can you, let me try it again. Can you rejoin the waiting room?
Don't see the option. Join breakout room. Let's see. Stay right. Okay, I've got it. Thank you.
Would you go get the Gabbard Valley files from Mohammed, please? I need them. Yeah, the attorney's here, his client's here. Thank you.
All right.
I'm sorry, I was trying to call the desk out there.
I saw it, but.
The phone is ringing? Okay, thank you. Was there something else, Mr. Hadley?
Your Honor, the number I have for Mr. Newman, I was just sending Marianne a message. It's been disconnected. I know Mr. Nunley and Mr. Newman have been exchanging emails, but I'm unable to reach him.
I couldn't hear the name. Mr. who?
Paul Newman.
Oh, Paul Newman. Thank you.
And Mohammed actually gets points for saying that name sounded familiar despite his age, so I'll give him a bonus today. He knew who Paul Newman was.
Nothing dates you faster than failing to get a, thank you.
Pop culture reference like that, exactly.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
There's nothing in that one,
Nothing like what?
in that file.
The attorney's here.
Oh, okay.
The attorney, I'm sure, will repeat whatever it is that happened with Mr. Thank you, though.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just don't want to keep him here. They're taking up 3 screens. This is 4S 4331711 A, B, and C. These are State of Michigan versus David Gabrandashvili.
Very good, Judge. Better than I could do. Roger Keeley on behalf of the defendant judges present by. We're asking for a final pretrial, Judge. That May 8th or May 15th date would be great. We got to get some documentation in order.
Let's get your client to unmute himself, turn his video on, and state his name. And Mr. Cayley, although you were here with Judge Green before, your client is still not showing as being arraigned. Your comment as to arraignment, sir.
Oh, I thought we were. Wait for my reading, stand mute, Judge.
Thank you. Your name for me,
I believe
please.
he's unmuted, Judge. I believe he's unmuted. He probably having trouble with his camera. There he is.
State your name, sir.
David, tell the judge your name.
David.
Last name?
Thank you, Mr. Cayley.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bond in these matters are set at 1,000 personal. Final pretrial,
May 8th at 9:15.
May 8th at 9:15. That's on Zoom with Judge Green. And number 3, notice will be mailed to you at the address you verified with court staff this morning. Is there anything else, Mr. Cayley?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you, David. You're
Thank
all
you.
set. Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you, sir. These are 4S 4343414 A and B. These are State of Michigan versus Mohammed Morad. Sir, unmute yourself and state your name for me, please.
Mohammed Murad.
Mr. Morad, the way court staff have you labeled indicate that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct?
Yes.
Sir, because you're unrepresented, the court will have you stand mute to the charges against you. Set your bond at 1,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by the court until this case is resolved in its entirety. The court has received from Mr. Mohammed, the prosecutor, a request to adjourn this matter for 1 week for you to bring documents. Was that your understanding and agreement?
Yes, next week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock for bringing in paperwork in person.
Let's see if 9 o'clock's available.
Oh, 10:15.
10:15, sir. In
10:15 's
person, in number 2 with Judge Oakley. If there's nothing else, sir, you're free to go. You have a great day.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Ms. Richards, good morning.
Morning, Judge. I have Patricia Lewis. I'm covering for Carrie Martin.
Thank
She
you.
was in the breakout room with me a minute ago.
Let's pull her back in this main session.
I'm bringing her.
Thanks, Marianne. This is 240075FD. This is State of Michigan versus Patricia Lewis. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit by Nancy Richards, P68850, appearing on behalf of Ms. Lewis, who is present via Zoom at, I believe, MDOC.
Ms. Lewis, state your name for me, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Patricia Lewis.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Today is the day and time scheduled for the PCC. Ms. Richards, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the prosecutor and I are stipulating to an adjournment for a deviation request. Mr. Martin is working on a request and had to subpoena some documents. So we do need one more PCC.
That will be
April 17th at 10:15.
April at 10:15, Marianne, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Would it
10:15?
I'm sorry, would it be possible to get just a bit longer? The reason being that the deviation request hasn't been submitted yet, so just to allow enough time to.
Ms. Richards, I'm sorry, your audio is going in and out. You asked for more time for what, ma'am?
The request hasn't been submitted yet, so just in, the time that it will take to submit and then also get a response, I feel like we might need a little bit longer than that.
What's a little longer, ma'am?
Could we have perhaps May 1st?
May 1st?
At 9:15.
Okay, thank
At
you.
9:15, that will be on Zoom in number 3 with Judge Green. Anything else, Ms. Richards?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lewis, you're free to go. You have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Pilkowitz, did you need to speak to Mr. Mohammed?
I've already spoken with him. I'm ready on Sierra Kimball.
Where's Ms. Kimball?
I thought she was here. I will text her right now. Make sure she gets on.
Let's make sure she's not in with the clerk. Nope.
All right. I will text
Thank
her.
you.
Alternatively, we're just seeking an adjournment. If the court would allow me to waive her presence, I just spoke with her yesterday. Otherwise, I'll give her a call.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay.
This is, give me one moment. 201554FD. This is State of Michigan versus Sierra Kimball. Your appearance, please.
Good morning, Neighborhood Defender Service by Jackie Pilkowitz, P81653 on behalf of Sierra Kimball. I'd ask that the court waive her presence for purposes of this PCC. I just spoke with her yesterday afternoon.
Her appearance is waived. You've indicated to the court that you're seeking an adjournment. How long of an adjournment, ma'am?
Judge, I think I'll need 3 weeks. Miss Kimball has been offered a reduction to an OWI second. However, she's ineligible for Romulus Sobriety Court because of her address. I'm currently working with Dearborn to have her screened and monitored out there. They advised that I would need at least 2 weeks. I would ask for 3 just to be safe.
May 1st at 9:15.
Thank you.
That will be by Zoom in number 3 with Judge Green. Anything else, Ms. Pilkowitz?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. I'll see you, Judge Green, on the 1st. Thank you.
This is 4S4335589 State of Michigan versus Stephanie Ajami. The court has received from the prosecutor request to dismiss this matter as the defendant has produced a valid copy of the registration or plate information. This case is hereby dismissed. Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Did you speak to an attorney this morning yet?
No.
Let's get you moved into a breakout room with Mr. Jadala. Give us one moment.
Okay.
Thank you. Attorney Williams, if you get your client on, I'll call the case and we'll get you on with your day.
I appreciate that, Judge. I just texted him, and hopefully he'll be logging in soon.
Thank you.
And Judge,
Mr.
when you get
DePietro,
off-
were you ready with Mr. Mohammed?
Yeah.
This is 240327FY. This is State of Michigan versus James Stamper. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Tom DePietro appearing on behalf of Mr. Stamper.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Where's Mr.
Mohammed
Stamper?
Mohammed on behalf of the people. P86771.
He's right here, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Stamper. Today was the day and time scheduled for the PCC in this matter. The court did receive a motion from Mr. DePietro yesterday. Mr. Mohammed, how are we proceeding in this matter?
Judge, we'd like to set this for a motion hearing. I'd like the opportunity to review and respond to his motion. So we'd like to set this for a motion hearing.
Mr. DePietro, this court rotates off of criminal, will not be back on criminal until May the 15th.
Whatever is accommodating to the court.
There's no objection from the people to setting it to May 15th.
Thank you.
At 11:15, Judge.
May 15th at 11:15. Mr. DePietro, I have one small issue. What the court received is the notice to appear and the memorandum of law. Was there a motion portion to this?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, there was. Thank you for pointing that out.
It was emailed to Heather, who forwarded it to Mary Ann, so we're missing some pages. I'm not quite sure what they would be.
Can I hand deliver any of this, or does it all have to?
Absolutely, if that's how you wish to proceed.
Thank you, Judge.
So we'll adjourn the motion and the PCC to that May 15th date at 11:15 a.m. Either, if you want to email it again, Mr. DePietro, it's just want to be clear with you that those are the pages we're missing. We have the notice and we have the memo. We're just missing that motion portion.
Thank you, Judge.
Was there something else, Mr. Mohammed?
Nothing from the people. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. DePietro?
No other than to thank the court and Mr. Mohammed.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you. Same to everyone.
Thank you. Any luck with Mr. Newman?
Disconnected number, and no, we've not heard anything back.
He didn't know who Paul Newman was.
No, he said that sounds familiar. So I gave him some points for even knowing the name at his age.
Sounds familiar. That is so disheartening.
At least he understood he was a movie star, not just a salad dressing.
This is 3S4267462ST. This is State of Michigan versus Paul Newman.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Paul Newman. Your Honor, several attempts have been made to contact Mr. Newman. He has been in regular contact with counsel and has provided copies of a commercial driver's license. We would just ask this matter to be reset without a show cause issued. We do believe that something's happened, that his failure to appear is not intentional. If the court needs to issue a show cause, we completely understand. We just ask no warrant be issued.
Absolutely, Mr. Hadley. This case was scheduled at 9:30 this morning. I can't tell, I'm not sure if Mr. Newman was here at the last hearing, but we will show him as failing to appear this morning and have the matter set for show cause, which gives some opportunity for your office or for Mr. Nunley to reach out and get Mr. Newman back into the fold. Is there anything else in this matter?
No, there isn't. Thank you, Your Honor, for some patience and letting us try to reach him.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
We may be ready to go, Your Honor. I'm sorry. So were you ready to call another one, or were you waiting for us?
I don't see anything else ready. If you're ready with something else, I'm happy to call
I believe
it.
we are. If we can just get some verification from Miss Oliver, if the complainants have appeared on Jessica Lusk.
One moment, Mr. Hadley. How are you?
I'm good, Miss Oliver. There you are. Sorry, I didn't see you already in here. Good.
Yeah, it's okay. I was on the phone with one of our victims. You said Lusk?
Yep, Jessica Lusk. This was set for a final pretrial today at 10 o'clock for the complainants to appear.
Oh, that's
I have it as a pretrial. Was it a final pretrial?
I pulled up the Register of Actions, and it actually does indicate on the Register of Actions that the complainants were to appear today.
I only have it as a pretrial, so there's no complainants here because I didn't call them for the pretrial. Usually I contact them for the final pretrial.
Well, Mr. Hadley. It's showing as a pretrial in Judge Green's notes for Lusk.
Yes, and depending on which of the ROAs that are pulled up. So the one that is, they're all in a case 24-0153 that's got 3 counts attached to it. But going into the Register of Actions for the assault and battery case, 24-0153, yeah, and on the ROA, the last entry, go back and verify. I could be wrong, but I thought it was set for FPT.
No, sir. I'm looking
Let's-
at the last entry from March the 20th, and it's listed as a pretrial this morning at 10 a.m. here in courtroom number 1. That being
Yes, Your
the
Honor, then
case,
we would ask it to be set for final pretrial. Then I did confirm, I apologize, I've crossed this with another case. Mohammed, the prosecutor did mention that we would.
I'm
set
sorry,
this for-
Mr. Hadley, give me 1 second. 240153 SM State of Michigan versus Jessica Lusk.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Jessica Lusk. Ms. Lusk, please state your name briefly for the court here.
Jessica Lusk.
Thank you. Your Honor, I would like to ask the matter be set for a final pretrial with the 2 complainants to appear in this matter.
April 17th, Judge, at 10:30.
April 17th at 10:30 a.m. That's in person in courtroom number 2 with Judge Oakley. Notation that this will be a final pretrial with the complainants to appear. Anything else, Mr. Hadley?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Lusk, you're free to go. Next Wednesday is your next court date at 10:30 a.m. in courtroom number 2. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. This is 240093FY. This is State of Michigan versus Maxwell Arthur Jewell. May I have your appearance, please?
Todd Williams on behalf of Mr. Jewell.
Mr. Jewell, unmute yourself. State your name for me, please, sir. Mr. Jewell? Unmute yourself, please, sir, and state your name for me.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
Maxwell Arthur Jewell.
Thank you. Today is the day and time scheduled for the arraignment and PCC. Mr. Williams, for purposes of arraignment, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we'll waive formal reading. My client will stand mute.
Thank you. The bond recommendation in this file indicates that the police department does not oppose personal bond for that reason. Mr. Jewell, the court will set your bond at 5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by the court until this matter is resolved. Mr. Williams, how long of an adjournment were you looking for, sir?
Judge, looking for about 3 weeks. I'm still, I do have written discovery. I'm waiting for the prosecutor's office to send me a link via Axion. They're pretty good about that, Judge, but I just want 3 weeks is sufficient.
May 1st at 9:30.
May 1st at 9:30 a.m. That will be in number 3 by Zoom with Judge Green. Was there anything else, Mr. Williams?
No, thank you very kindly, Judge. I apologize for having the suit coat on. I'm in the Oakland County Courthouse parking lot. My apologies to you.
Look, Mr. Williams, I've seen a lot worse. Trust me. Have a good day. Mr. Jewell, notice of that new date and time will be mailed to you at the address you verified. We're court staff. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you. Mr. Powers, as soon as I get the write-up from Mr. Mohammed, I'll call your cases, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Same thing to you, Mr. Wood. I'm waiting for the write-ups from Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Moncrief, I see you there. I know that your attorney is in with the prosecutor. I'm not ignoring you. I just am waiting for him to come out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Marianne, I'm stepping off for just 1 second. If Mr. Mohammed pops in, I'll be right back.
Okay.
just stepped off the bench, but she addressed me before, saying she see me sitting there. She's gonna get with me.
Okay.
My brother.
Sergeant Roper, how are you?
What's happening, sir?
How's everything?
You all right? How's it been going?
Good. I just hey, how are you? Nice to meet you.
So, Corporal Bago.
Mr. Moncrief, I heard you as soon as I walked away. I knew that would happen.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 220191 FY, State of Michigan versus Reynard Moncrief. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people, P86771.
Morning, Your Honor. Claudia Topic on behalf of Mr. Moncrief, who is appearing through the Macomb County Jail.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Reynard Moncrief.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moncrief. Today is the day and time scheduled for the PCC in this matter. That should not be what it is. It should be. Why does it look like Mr. Moncrief has not been arraigned? His file is in bench warrant status. Let's recall the warrant in this case. Ma'am, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, I'm in Australia currently, due to come back on Friday. I had an attorney that was filling in for me, and then he ended up not being able to commit. So I'm zooming in from here. It's 12 a.m., 12:30 here. It's I have poor internet connection. I would just respectfully ask for a brief adjournment, but I would like to put up a bond argument.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Moncrief is currently in the Macomb County Jail pending charges out of that jurisdiction. He does have a personal bond with a conditional release to a treatment facility. As I understand it, it's the hold out of this court and out of the 48th court that's preventing him from being released to the treatment facility. I would respectfully ask for a personal bond or some sort of reduction that in order for him to be released pending the proceedings. He does have family that lives in the area. He has a mother and a sister, and they've been present to the court proceedings out of Macomb County. I do represent him on that case, and he has a place to go. He will show up to court. If he's released to a treatment facility, he will absolutely show up from there because he's not able, that would be part of his bond conditions out of the Macomb Circuit Court. I would just ask that the court follow those conditions and give him a conditional personal bond to be released to a treatment facility. If that treatment facility can be out of the Macomb County jurisdiction, that's fine. I just need to, he really, really needs treatment, and he does have a slew of health problems that are also affecting his stay at the jail. He does need to see a doctor. He needs he needs immediate medical attention, Your Honor.
What is the name of the treatment facility that he's going to? Do you know?
We've located one that was in Detroit, but they are not putting the moves together because they need to address the warrant out of this court and the 48th District Court. Now, I did send a writ out to the 48th District, and they are scheduling him for an arraignment on the bench warrant out of there. And I'm just trying to clear up these warrants in order to, move forward. I did receive a discovery last week, and I do need to review that with him. But like I said, I wasn't in the country to visit him and go over that together.
Ma'am, what's the name of the treatment center?
It is, Your Honor, if I can just have a minute to run to my phone to look in my messages. I don't have it off the top of my head.
Mr. Moncrief, do you know the name of it?
Yes, Your Honor. It's Elmhurst Home.
Elmhurst Homes, yes, that's correct. That is correct, and they were contacted. They do have a bed available for him.
Mr. Mohammed, any comment as to bond in this matter?
I would object to releasing him or anything of that sort, just because I think he poses a danger to the public, and that's based off of the OWI. Second, he also has an extensive criminal history. He's a habitual fourth offender. However, I would have no objection as to him being transferred for any medical purposes or rehabilitation purposes, for medical treatment and stuff of that nature. And so that's the people's position.
Your Honor, if I may briefly respond.
Yes, ma'am.
He would be released to a treatment facility, so he wouldn't be released out into the public. He would be in a contained environment, and that would be part of his bond conditions, where if he did leave on his own, absent any actual proper release from the facility, he would actually be violating his bond conditions and be immediately returned to the jail. So he's not going to be released out into the public, Your Honor.
And based on that representation, I would be okay with allowing him to be transferred over to a facility.
Thank you.
The court, having heard the arguments of the parties, bond in this matter will be set at $5,000 personal. Mr. Moncrief, conditions of your bond is that you not purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages or non-prescription controlled substances. Additionally, you will be transferred to a treatment center through Macomb Circuit. This court will not facilitate any movement between where you are currently being housed in that treatment center, but we will respect the parameters of the circuit court. We'll adjourn the PCC. Will one be sufficient for you, ma'am? Will you be back and available?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, it cut off. Which date was it?
1 week from now, the 17th. Or do you need longer to be back and ready to proceed with the PCC?
I would respectfully ask for 2 weeks, just because I'd like to I'd like to catch up with my work and visit him in order to review the discovery with him and see how we'd like to proceed with these charges.
I'm sorry, did you say 3 weeks?
If we can push it out 2-3 weeks, Your Honor.
Absolutely. May 1st at
9:45.
At 9:45, that's by Zoom, in number 3 with Judge Green.
Thank you so much.
Anything else on behalf of Mr. Moncrief?
That is all, Your Honor. Thank you. I really do appreciate the court and
Thank you,
Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Moncrief. You're free to go. Thank you for your patience this morning, sir.
Oh, man, what's your name, Judge?
Judge Martin.
Judge Martin, thank you so much. May God bless you. I will not disappoint the authorities.
Yes. You want to review him?
Thank you, Mr. Moncrief. You take care, sir.
I always show court. I never not miss a court date.
I know. Thank you.
And may God bless you. Bless you all. Thank you. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Safe travels to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
This is 230886 SM, State of Michigan versus Stephanie Lucas.
Good morning, Your Honor. Scott Rourke appearing on behalf of Stephanie Lucas. I'm just going to ask if we could be added to a breakout room so I could discuss the terms of the plea with her. I
Oh.
just received it from the prosecutor.
Absolutely. We'll get you moved into a breakout room.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, I've made the request for your tickets on behalf of your clients, Waste Management and Leasing Company. I'm just waiting for them to come into the courtroom.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Hadley.
Hello, Your Honor. Just looking to see if my 1045 had checked in yet. I do not see it.
Thank you.
There may be some other ones in there.
Sir, with the cap on, take your cap off. What's your name, please?
Ken Buck, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Buck. What are you here for this morning?
I have at 10:45 this morning with Josh Hadley.
Muck, thank you.
Yes,
Mr. Hadley, we
MUCK.
need to get you into a breakout room.
Judge,
You're
he needs to go talk with the clerk. I'm trying to get him in there.
Thank you. And Don, the observer, this case has been adjourned to May the 15th.
Okay, thank you very much, Judge.
You're welcome, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. These are 24L022695ON, 24L023080OI, 24L022694ON, 24L023081A and B, 24L023082A and B, 24L023084 A and B and C. These are all State of Michigan versus Waste Management. May I have your appearance, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Sean Powers on behalf of Bennett Waste Management.
Good morning, Mr. Powers. The court has received from Mr. Mohammed a signed agreement that you, on behalf of your client Waste Management, in case that is 695, will plead responsible to a reduced amount of $150, to the case that is 694, reduced to $150. Those are both defective equipment. And 080, it's an overweight responsible with a reduction to $2,534. In 081, dismiss count 2 defective equipment with a reduction of the overweight to $3,857. In 082, dismiss count 2 defective equipment and responsible to the overweight with the reduction to $3,402. In 084, dismissal of count 2 defective equipment, count 3 defective equipment, and a reduction of the overweight to $1,879. Was that your understanding and agreement with Mr. Mohammed?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And as usual, Mr. Powers, your client needs how long to pay, sir?
Is 2 weeks acceptable, Your Honor?
2 weeks is perfectly fine, Mr. Powers. Is there anything else in any of these matters?
Nothing else, Your Honor. Appreciate you.
14 days. You have a good day. Good luck to
All
you,
right.
sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care.
Thank you. Mr. Wood, this is 24L022691ON, State of Michigan versus In Leasing Company.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Wood, P 74329 on behalf of In Leasing Company. I do have corporate authority to resolve this matter on my client's behalf. I had a chance to speak with Mr. Mohammed, the prosecuting attorney, this morning, and subject to your approval, we'd be entering a plea of responsible to defective equipment in the amount of $150, Your Honor.
Responsible, $150. Does your client need more than 5 days to pay?
If we could have 14, Your Honor, the corporate check comes into our office and we send it out.
14 days. Anything else, Mr. Wood?
No, have a wonderful day, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. That concludes this matter. You're free to go. You have a great day. Mr. Hadley, were we ready with Mr. Monk?
I guess I was a little confused. I think when we were about to call it, there was something about someone needed to meet with a clerk, and I didn't hear anything else on if that was me or Mr. Muck that needs.
Mr. Muck needed to go in with staff to verify his phone number, email address, etc.
Is that we're good to go then? So yes, let me just go speak with the prosecutor. I'll be right back in.
Thank you. Mr. Jadala, were you ready with?
Your Honor, I'm standing in for Attorney Medina on Brandon Williams.
Mr. Mohammed's walking in with something. Give me 1 second. Thanks.
Right, they're gonna say.
In case you can read my handwriting, it's forfeit firearm, cannot possess a firearm while on probation, and then it's 12 months.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, turn your video on for me, please. This is 240095SM, State of Michigan versus Brendan Williams. May I have your appearance, please?
Your Honor, respectfully, Sam Richardala, appearing on behalf of Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, please say your name.
Williams.
Your Honor, after speaking with the client as well as the prosecutor, Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Williams will be pleading to 1 count of reckless discharge under 12 months delayed sentence, Your Honor. He does understand his rights. He is waiving by doing so.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may put your hand down. You've had the opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Jadala, and you understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And after having that conversation, it's your understanding and agreement that you will be tendering a plea of guilty to 1 count of reckless discharge of a firearm.
Yes.
And you understand that if the court accepts the plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Is it true that on February 13th, 2024, in the city of Romulus, that you did recklessly or willfully and wantonly carry, handle, or discharge a firearm with a handgun without due care or caution?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Jadala?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, the court will accept your plea of guilty as charged to the reckless use of a firearm as indicated in the plea form signed by the prosecutor in this matter. Sentence it will be delayed for a period of 12 months. So long as you incur no new criminal offenses in the state of Michigan, forfeit the firearm that was the subject of these charges, cannot possess a firearm while you're on this 12 months, and pay the court cost of $300, the case will be administratively reviewed for dismissal at the end of those 12 months. Do you need more than 5 days to pay $300?
Yes.
Then what I need you to do in the next 5 days, sir, is go online to the court's website. There's a contact us button. You click on that. You may submit a request for a payment plan that way. Or you may call the court, speak to someone in the collections department, set a payment plan, or come in person, set a payment plan. You must do one of those 3 things within the next 5 days. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, you're free to go. Good luck to you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you. Are we ready with Ms. Lucas now?
Yes, we are, Judge.
230886 SM, State of Michigan versus Stephanie Lucas. Your appearances, please.
Morning again, Your Honor. Scott Rourke appearing on behalf of Stephanie Lucas, who is present via Zoom, and we have no objection to proceeding by Zoom this morning.
State your name for me, ma'am.
Stephanie Lucas.
Thank you. Today was the day and time scheduled for the final pretrial in this matter. The court will note that the complainant is present. Sir, take your cap off. How are we proceeding in this matter this morning?
Judge, we've reached a resolution. Ms. Lucas will be pleading no contest to count 1 pursuant to 7694A. There are some minimal terms of probation. If I could just pull that up, I do have that from the prosecutor. And those terms would be 1 year probation, no contact with Derek Lucas, and defendant must complete batter's intervention.
Thank you. The basis for the no contact? For the no contest.
Lack of recollection.
Lack of recollection from an event that occurred on November 21st of 23?
That's correct.
Before I take your client's plea, sir, I want to disclose to you that I'm married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. I make that disclosure as Van Buren Township is the police agency involved in this matter. My husband is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the Public Safety Department. He doesn't know anything about this case. He doesn't know that it's scheduled. Knowing that, sir, do you wish to proceed with the plea, or do you need a moment to speak to Ms. Lucas?
Nope, we are ready to proceed, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Lucas, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You may put your hand down. You've had the opportunity to speak to your attorney. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And after having that conversation, ma'am, it's your understanding and agreement that you will be entering a no contest plea this morning to the sole count in this matter, domestic violence.
Yes.
And ma'am, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way or promised anything to enter this no contest plea?
No.
And ma'am, because your attorney has indicated that you have no recollection of the events that occurred on November 21st, 2023 in Van Buren Township, and this court's file containing only the complaint in this matter, the court will indicate that the complaint indicates that on November 21st, 2023 in Van Buren Township, that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Derek J. Lucas, your spouse. Mr. Rourke, was there anything else relevant to this incident that needs to be placed on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lucas, the court accepts the no contest plea in this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Was there anything else regarding the sentence in this matter, Mr. Rourke?
Just the terms that were previously placed on the record, Judge.
Thank you. Ma'am, the indication from your attorney is that you'll be placed on, since will be imposed pursuant to MCL 769.4A for a period of 12 months, that you will complete batterer's intervention.
Yes.
The court will also impose cost in this matter of $600 in order you to complete 12 hours of community service within the next 6 months. You will provide documentation of those community service hours to the court's probation department. Upon completion of the batterer's intervention, you provide that documentation to the probation department as well. The probation department will be in contact with you to assist you in completing that intervention and establishing a payment plan for the cost imposed. Additionally, I'm not sure if I repeated your attorney's recitation of the agreement with the prosecutor. You are to have no contact with Derek Lucas, and ma'am, no contact means no contact.
Yes.
Was there anything else, Mr. Rourke?
No, Judge, you indicated she could be put on a payment plan to work, and she'll work that out with probation. That was the only thing I was gonna ask, so nothing further.
Thank you. Good luck to you, ma'am. You have a good day. Thank you for being in attendance so promptly this morning, Mr. Lucas.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
This is 240054FY. This is State of Michigan versus Solomon Willis. This case was scheduled at 8:30 a.m. for pretrial. It's now 10:53 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant has failed to appear. Based on his failure to appear, this matter will be set for show cause. This is 240301 SM, State of Michigan versus Samuel Mills Wallace. This case was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9 a.m. It is now 10:54 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, this matter will be set for show cause. Good morning, this is Judge Martin. How may I help you? I'm super. How are you? Oh, boy. Would you please? Do you swear or affirm the contents of the affidavit are true to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief? I'll keep an eye out for it. Thank you. Bye-bye. This is 240303 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Deanna Doctor. This case was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:15 a.m. It's now 10:56 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the court having checked the breakout rooms, and there are no unidentified persons. There's no one by that name. This matter will be set for show cause. Mary Ann, did you get a call from Mr. Dabalski?
I did not.
He was here. I never saw Mr. Cunningham, and then he disappeared. Huh. This is 220360 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Darian Rhodes. This case was scheduled for pretrial at 9:15 a.m. It's now 10:57 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, this court checking the breakout rooms. There's no one by that name. There are no unidentified persons in this court session. The matter will be set for show cause.
Judge, in regards to that formal hearing, we're prepared. There's going to be a plea, so we'd like to go on the record.
No. Give me 1 second. Did you speak to Mr. Dabalski this morning regarding Mr. Cunningham?
Mr. who?
Mr. Dabalski is the attorney's name. The defendant is Mr. Cunningham, Kenneth Cunningham. It was scheduled at 8:45. Mr. Dabalski was here. I sent him to get, not sent him, I asked him to get his client on. I think they were just looking for an adjournment, but I was not going to do that in a case where the defendant was not present and the original charges were from an offense date of 2021.
I don't have any notes here that I set it for an exam, or that we agreed to set it for an exam. So if he's saying that it was
He's not,
adjourned-
no, he's not. I don't remember what it was, Mr. Muhammad. He's not saying anything, but when an attorney is here, leaves, and doesn't come back and make a record, I don't want to take any adverse action. I just wanted to make sure that you had not reached some other agreement with him.
No, so I would just adjourn it for 2 weeks, Judge.
Absolutely. There was going to be a plea in the Richard Scott matter.
Yes, Judge. In regard to Richard Scott, I believe it's a speeding 6 to 10 over. And based, or are we on the record?
Wait, yeah, we are on the record as evidenced by the fact that I'm sitting here on this pretty black desk. Was it Mr. Scott or was it the earlier formal with Mr. Eichelman?
Mr.
That's a
Radu.
formal hearing as well.
Mr. Radu.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're on Richard Scott, correct?
No, I'm not. I am on
Oh,
Dumitru Franciuc.
The 1045 formal, sir.
Oh, yes, the traffic signal, the running the red light.
Correct. If that's the case that you want the court to call, I will call
Yes.
that as 24L565979OI. Wayne County Sheriff's versus Dumitru Franciuc. Your
Good
appearances,
morning, Your
please.
Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people, P86771.
Good morning, Your Honor. Radu Yakuban, P72819, on behalf of defendant Dumitru Franciuc.
Judge,
Thank you. Mr. Eichelman,
regard
how are we
to-
proceeding?
Yeah, in regard to this case, I discussed with the defense attorney in great detail last week, and we've come to an agreement. We're gonna reduce this down to impeding. So the representation made by defense was that the driver has a clean driving history, no crimes, and he was responding to an emergency. So the defendant is a priest. He was, I believe it was a clergy emergency in this case. And please correct me if I'm wrong on anything,
It
Mr.
is
Radu.
correct.
Yep. And so based on that, I believe this individual fits a amendment or a reduction to impeding.
Where's your client, sir?
Your Honor, I would like to ask the court if they would waive the appearance, Your Honor.
You have the authority from your client to enter a plea of responsible to impeding on his behalf, sir?
Your Honor, I do.
The court accepts that representation and will enter a plea of responsible on behalf of Mr. Franciuc. Court will impose fines of $180. Does your client need more than 5 days to pay that amount?
No, Your Honor, we'll have it within 5 days, $180.
Thank you so much. Was there anything else on behalf of your client, sir?
No, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
240151 FD. This is State of Michigan versus Kenneth Cunningham. The court has indicated for the record that Mr. Dabalski, the attorney of record for the defendant, was here previously. The defendant was not here. Mr. Mohammed, the court will adjourn this matter over for 1 week.
Thank you, Judge.
10:45, Judge.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Hadley, did you have an opportunity to speak to your client?
I did.
Okay, can we speak in private?
We can.
Thank you.
I'll head to your room right now, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm gonna sign off.
No.
Nobody, please, nobody's left for me to speak to. Nobody wants to be here with me.
I'm here.
You're busy working.
Thank you for your help this morning, Heather.
Yeah, all right.
ORS 4337476 ST, State of Michigan versus Ali Abbas. This case was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:30 a.m. It's now 11:03 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear. The court viewing the breakout rooms. There's no one by that name present. There are no unidentified persons. The matter will be set for show cause. Two four L 117981, State of Michigan versus Ranger Trucking Services. This case was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:15 a.m. It's now 11:04 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, there being no unidentified persons in the court's Zoom session. Matter will be set for show cause. These are 2403008 SM, 2300746 SM, 2300693 SM, 240045 SM, 230602 SM, 240044 SM, 240046 SM. These all being State of Michigan versus Patrick Shoup. These cases were scheduled for arraignment pretrial and show cause arraignment pretrial at 9:30 a.m. It's now 11:05 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear in these matters, the 240308 case being the only one not currently in bench warrant status, it will be set for actually, matter will be, a bench warrant shall issue in this matter $5,000, 10%, based on the fact that there are 6 other domestic violence cases involving this same, oh, I'm sorry, or assault and battery involving this same defendant and the same victims. The other matters were scheduled this morning for show cause arraignment pretrial, as indicated previously, are already in bench warrant status and will stay that way. 24WM00755 A and B. These are State of Michigan versus Nevaeh Miller. These cases were scheduled for arraignment, pre-trial and pre-hearing at 10 a.m. It's now 11:08 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the A file, which is a civil infraction, will be deemed in default. The B file will be set for show cause.
Hey, Judge, the Kenneth Muck case is going to be being set for a jury trial.
What's being set for jury trial?
Kenneth Muck. We've made multiple offers.
No. I'm not going to talk about that with you. Let's get Mr. Hadley back
I
in here with
understand.
Mr. Monk and we'll talk about it. These are 24L565007 A and B. These are State of Michigan versus Dwayne Bunch. These cases were scheduled at 10:15 a.m. It's now 11:10 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the court viewing the Zoom session, there being no identified persons, no persons by that name. The A file, which is the civil infraction, will be deemed in default. The B file will be set for show cause. Was that your last case? No.
Yeah,
I see
I
Mr.
believe-
Kuhn. I see other people waiting
There's-
for you. Okay.
1/3 of their money. How do they get a new bridge?
Hey, Josh.
This is
Judge, real quick before we start. Josh, I did mention to the judge that there was multiple pleas offered in this case. I just wanted to make sure, full disclosure, let you know what I said.
That's fine.
I know.
Let's
it's
get
just-
Mr. Muck out into the main session.
Yeah, let me bring him in here. I got him, Your Honor.
We're
Thanks for
doing
the
that
full
right
disclosure,
now.
Mr. Muhammad.
I'm sorry?
Thank you
This
for your
is-
disclosure.
This is 240040 SM. This is State of Michigan versus Kenneth Muck. Your appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people, P86771.
Your Honor, if
morning,
Mary,
Your Honor.
Attorney Josh Hadley appearing on behalf of Kenneth Muck. Never mind, he was just moved in. Mr. Muck, can you please state your name for the record?
Kenneth Robert Muck Jr.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Muck. Today was the day and time scheduled for the final pretrial in this matter with the complainant to appear. The court will note that there is a Miss Pamela Rudolph logged on. Mr. Hadley, how are we proceeding this morning?
Thank you, Your Honor. As Mr. Muhammad had indicated to this court, there's been some plea discussions that have not proven productive. We would like to set this matter for a jury trial at this time. And Your Honor, if it matters for scheduling purposes, the defense, the only proposed witnesses would be the involved parties and the officers. So I don't think it would be a particularly lengthy trial.
And I would agree with that notion.
I'm just looking at our schedule, Mary Ann. I know we have one already scheduled for May the 24th. Is May the 17th?
I am unable to do the 7th on that Friday. I think that is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't do the 17th.
Is there some other day that week, Mr. Hadley?
The week of the 13th to the 17th?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, let's actually,
I would have no
Not-
objection as to moving to June. The first week
June
of June.
not the first week. We can only do jury trials on our scheduled criminal weeks, which will put us on June the 26th. I'm sorry, June the 28th.
that'll be the only trial I have that week. I have no issue with that date.
Miss
down
Pam,
the road, if everyone's okay with that date, I mean, I have no issue with it.
Pam Rudolph, is that okay with you? Pam, if your mic is muted, can you please unmute it?
We're looking at June the 28th at 8:30 a.m. for the jury trial. Mr. Hadley and Mr. Mohammed, your witness exhibit list and proposed jury instructions are due 3 weeks before. That puts us on 1, 2, 3 on June the 7th. That will also be the plea cutoff. If there's some agreement that is reached by that date, contact Mary Ann. She'll get you scheduled to come back on. Otherwise, I will see you on June the 28th. Was there anything else, Mr. Mohammed?
Nothing from the people. Just to confirm, June 7th is the witness and jury instruction and final plea cutoff date,
Correct.
and 28th at 8:30 a.m. is the trial.
Correct.
Thank you.
Was there anything else, Mr. Hadley?
No, Your Honor, thank you for the court's time. That'll be it for us today.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
day,
Judge.
Your Honor.
And Judge, I'm just gonna wrap up the last couple and then we'll be done, hopefully.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I leave?
Absolutely, Mr. Muck. I'm sorry no one said that to you. Have a good day, sir.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you, sir?
Great.
Mr. Scott, you're here downstairs and the prosecutor's up here. Would you like to appear in person or do you want to appear by Zoom?
Yeah, I can appear in person if I can come right to the courtroom.
You can come right upstairs. If you come upstairs, there's a security guard, there's a court officer out here who will connect you with Mr. Mohammed, the prosecutor.
Okay, I'll be up there in a minute.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. Jury trial. Let's see. These are 24L023085 A and B. These are State of Michigan versus rental specialist. The court has received an agreement from the prosecutor that the defendant will plead responsible to overweight with a reduction to $2,200 fine, and to the defective equipment with a reduction to $150 with 30 days to pay. I wasn't sure if there was an officer here for this case, but he needed to talk to Mr. Mohammed.
He needs to talk.
Mr. Scott does, unless
Is it the formal?
it's the formal. That's the only reason why I didn't have him sitting downstairs. It just didn't make any sense.
Okay.
Thank you. ask you a question? So he's going to get out. Is he only there? That's in the hold up 48. So I still need to send them a request. Yes, I still need to send the count. Right. Got it. I put that other stuff in there so it was clear why we were. Yeah, okay. Given his. Whatever circuit course on him, that's between them because it's state. So just treat it like it's like. That will be out here by them. Okay, got it. Thank you. Street. So he's being held. McComb's gonna let him use to transfer it to treatment. Okay. But it's contingent on a hold being lifted by us, which he had been warranted. That's when we recalled the warrant and 48. We're getting out of the way by recalling our warrant, weighing him, setting him on a person. Okay, so I just sent his notice then to his house. No, because if 48 does not put him on a personal and he can't get out to transfer pursuant to McComb's agreement, then he'll still need to zoom on. But who do I send the request to zoom on? McComb. Stay with McComb. Okay. Because I don't know when they're going to 48, and I don't think she said. But the fact that he has retained counsel means that is that a piece of your hair hanging from the door hinge? Yep. Where? Open it. You see it? That can't be. What do you think it is? What else could it be? I don't know how long it's been there, but in any event, that was our intention. And if you send the notice to appear to Macomb County, I will do that. Ms. Takwick, we'll make sure that he's on. Okay. Thanks. Oh, Marianne. I'm sorry, would you pull Paul Newman out of McKenzie stat? Yes. Thank you. Mr. Newman.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I was running a little late. I went to the other judge's courtroom first.
You're running 2 hours late, Mr. Newman.
Yes, ma'am. I know. I apologize.
Mr. Hadley was here. He's gone, I do believe. I don't know if Mr. Newman. I don't know if we'll be able to get Mr. Hadley back on. If you would mute yourself and sit tight, if we're able to get him back connected, we will. Otherwise, we'll have to adjourn your case, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
And I believe that his indication to me was that the phone number they had for you was a disconnected number. Has your number changed since the last time you were in court?
Yes, it has. I gave that to the other attorney, but I guess he didn't write it down. Maybe, I don't know. You want it?
Absolutely, thank you.
It's 708-631-4332.
Thank you. And again, Mr. Newman, sit tight. We'll see if we can get
Okay.
Mr. Hadley back on.
All right.
Thank you.
He's going to log on right now.
Oh, thanks, Marianne.
You bet.
Mr. Hadley, you rock. Do you need to speak to Mr. Newman?
Real quickly, please, Your Honor.
Absolutely. Mr. Newman, you will see an invitation to go into a breakout room with Mr. Hadley. Please go there. Good morning. She doesn't sit in the courtroom. She's in our office. What do you need?
I just wanted to check some dates with her.
Let's check some things.
Do you know what her extension is?
What do you need?
Oh, dates. Oh, do you have them?
Yeah, possibly.
Any exams that I missed? So I have Wilson, Watson.
Wilson, 522 at 12.
Yes.
And then Watson.
Watson, I already have.
Uh-huh.
Clark, I have. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any. And I have early.
Mm-hmm.
Who else am I missing? Any other exams?
That's not an exam, that's a motion. The jury trial on the 28th?
Yes, I have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
If you're missing anything, I don't think you're missing anything else because Mary Ann,
Yes, ma'am.
the exam dates.
Oh, exam dates? I'm sorry.
We went over, we only set, I'm looking at Wilson, Watson.
I'll come out.
You're coming out, thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. I'm happy with this weather. I'm enjoying it.
I'm out yesterday
Yeah.
evening, not a single jacket, not a care in the
Nothing.
world.
Give it a few days. It'll get
No,
better.
it's Michigan, it might snow again still.
For sure. But I mean, at some point it's gonna let up and then. Hi. Oh, you bought the exam? Yeah. Wilson? I have.
Waiting, yeah.
That's 520.
I'll get it done.
Mr. Dillon? Mr. Dillon?
Celeste.
Early?
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Mr. Dillon?
Oh, yeah, I need to speak to him. He just had computer difficulties.
Oh.
Zoom back in.
Where are you? Oh, okay.
The jury trial?
And just the one final trial.
Right.
One more hearing.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Everyone else next week.
Nope, you'll see Judge Oakley next week,
Oh, then I'll see you.
in 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
does this work with the rotating judges, by the way?
222.
So then you have a civil part that can switch.
Landlord tenant and the civil stuff, the misdemeanors. Yeah.
You always with criminal or?
No, I'm a civil attorney by practice. Yep. Some of everything. Yeah. So 3 years of this has been interesting. Criminal is a lot faster moving.
Is it more exciting?
Exciting is not the word I would use. It's just different. The timing is different. And I find that people who do civil work, and people who do criminal work, do criminal work. Mr. Dillon, you need to get back in with Mr. Mohammed.
Yes, please, Your Honor.
I'm getting you back in with him.
Thank you. And good morning.
Good morning. And so I'm meeting these defense attorneys who I saw in court because they were in the same courthouse, but on different dockets. And I don't see civil people that much. Our civil docket is extremely light out here. And so, yeah, it's interesting.
It is. I can't do civil.
Yeah, you
I think
can.
There's such different mindsets too. Civil is like you said, it's more mellow, it's
Mhm.
slow, it's like a lot more people.
All right,
I
so-
like fast paced, just like in and out, moving along. And it's chaotic, but I think that's what I prefer. So
Oh, yeah,
it's something.
it moves a lot differently. Mr. Hijazi?
Can you hear me
Is your
now?
client with you? I can hear you now. Is your client with you, sir?
He just logged off to take my call while I explained the plea to him, so he's gonna be coming right back on, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I was just asked yesterday about Zoom by another attorney asking would I stay on Zoom? I said, well, the directive is that we do Zoom as much as possible, and we do, unless people abuse it. If you are chronically late or have technology issues, I'll have you come in person. But other than that, if you want to come, you're always welcome to come in person. My door is open, always open if I'm on the bench, but most people, most attorneys want to log on and be logged into 3 or 4 different courthouses at the same time, which I understand, I have no issue with. But if you need to leave, let us know. Other than that, I'm here.
We want to talk to them, we're like, hello, hello, no one's there, no one's there.
It's just a black.
Yeah.
Right.
But I heard that Michigan, they're doing a new system, like completely revamped, like our own Zoom, because they had issues in Wyandotte. So I'm usually there on Thursdays as well,
Mhm.
where people were like breaking in.
Yeah, I had that happen here. Yeah.
So they're like, Michigan is just redoing the whole thing, and we're gonna have our own system that's like very safe and stuff, which is good. But I'm happy that streaming is not going anywhere.
I thought it was Indiana that developed their own system because of some of the issues they
and
had,
we're
but
copying
we had the porn thing happen last year sometime. I can't even remember when, but I'm doing what I do and I hear the noise and I look up. Marianne and I cannot put them out fast enough. And then we had to stop our screen sharing for a while and
these people need lives. Like, what are they doing? I was telling one of the officers, he's telling me about what happened with them. It was a defense attorney. He was up there and someone hacked into his computer and live streamed when he was sharing his. So that's like advanced. And I'm like, does this person not have a life? To like specifically go to this court and to this attorney, he must have some vendetta or something, because it's too weird and too specific to be a random like hobby.
well, and that's what I mean when I say that people abuse it, because we do stream. A lot of judges are still live streaming, even though we're open to the public, people capture our images, capture our voices, and you have to be concerned about what happens. But then you have interesting cases that you would never otherwise see. You get to see that judges are having the same issues across the state and across the country.
And they take stuff out of context all the time.
And
So-
people get a chance to see court. People,
Which
it
is exciting.
demystifies
Yeah.
court a lot.
But the issue is the taking it out of context, because I've been seeing stuff and it's like courts I'm in, and they'll like take a snippet and they'll put this caption. I'm like, that's not what's going on right now. That's complete misrepresentation.
Or people who would never come to court, never be interested, they'll send me a link to something. What were you doing? I'm like, I was doing my job. I don't pay attention to this. I'm not campaigning for another job. This is a job that I like doing. Mr. Dillon's laughing, which means he must be ready.
Okay, it was like talking.
Good to see you.
I'm smiling. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Good to see you, Your Honor.
Good to see you. These are 24L026792A and B, 24L023083A and B, and 24L023076. These are all state of Michigan versus Priority Waste. Your appearance, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alex Dillon, P52648 on behalf of Priority Waste.
Thank you. Mr. Dillon, Mr. Mohammed, the prosecutor just walked in your tickets, and there's an indication that in case that ends in 076, you have authority to plead responsible on behalf of your client to a reduced overweight of $1,923.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Does your client need more than 5 days to pay this amount?
No, 5 days is fine.
5 days. And then in the case that ends in 792, a plea of responsible to the hydraulic leak, and the second hydraulic leak would be dismissed with a fine of $200.
That's correct.
And sir, again, you have authority from your client to enter a plea of responsible,
I do.
and your client's able to pay in 5 days.
Yeah, we are responsible, and yes, we pay him 5 days.
Thank you. And then the last is ending in 083, plea of responsible to the overweight with a reduced fine of $2,030 with the dismissal of the improper load.
That's correct.
I'll make the indications on the citations. Is there anything else this morning, Mr. Dillon?
No, that's it, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You have a great day yourself. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. Hall, take your hat off, sir.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry, man.
No worries. This is Mr. Jadala. Give me 0S37822203 ST, State of Michigan versus Darrell Hall. Your appearances, please.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, case 62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, please say your name for the record.
Darrell Hall.
Your Honor, for
How are we
purposes of
proceeding, Mr.
today's
Jadala?
I'm sorry, for purposes of arraignment, we'd waive formal reading, stand mute. And Your Honor, Mr. Hall has provided proof of a valid license. I've shown that to the state prosecutor. Therefore, he agrees to dismiss this matter.
This case is hereby dismissed. Is there anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hall, you're free to go. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
My client should be in the waiting room.
Trust me, I keep looking.
It shows he got a message that it says waiting on host to start meeting. So maybe he has the wrong Zoom ID.
He's in the wrong room.
Is it 555-993-6534?
Not at all. It's 580-707-8882. He's coming in right now, sir. These are 24L565019 A, B, and C. These are State of Michigan versus Jacob Kuhn. Your appearances for the record, please.
Rami Hijazi, P82830, on behalf of Jacob Kuhn. Jacob, can you state your full name for the judge, please?
Yes, my name is Jacob Allen Kuhn.
Thank you, Mr. Kuhn. Today is the day and time scheduled for the arraignment, pretrial, and pre-hearing in these matters. The court has received from the prosecutor, Mr. Mohammed, the plea form indicating that the count C, the registration violation, will be dismissed. Count B, the speeding citation would be reduced from 11 to 15 over to 1 to 5 over. And count A, the driving while license suspended, would be reduced to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. Was that your understanding, Mr. Hijazi?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Thank you. Mr. Kuhn, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've talked to your attorney about the charges you face and the possible penalties?
Yes.
And after having that conversation, you wish to accept the plea offer that was just read into the record?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, Your Honor.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You haven't been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is it true that on February 26, 2024, you encounter the Wayne County Sheriff's and you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive?
Yes.
Is it also true on that date, February 26, 2024, in the city of Romulus, you were speeding 1 to 5 over the posted limit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. The court accepts your plea of guilty to the amended count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and responsible to speeding 1 to 5 over. As indicated before, the registration violation will be dismissed. Is there anything you would like to say on behalf of your client before fines and costs are imposed, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. In this situation, Mr. Kuhn was able to get his license issued almost immediately. Right after he had hired me, he spoke with the state of Florida. We received a clearance letter. It was a simple issue that was getting in the way of his license, and he was not aware of that. And so I'm very excited that the prosecutor allowed him to have this reduction. And in terms of fines and costs, Your Honor, we would just ask whatever you do assess, we wish for just 3 weeks for payment, if that's okay.
Thank you. For the speeding citation, the court will impose a fine of $150 and there will be 21 days to pay. And the allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, the court will impose a fine of $100, cost of $100. There's $75 mandatory crime victims fee, $50 mandatory state cost, and $20 fund fee. That's $345. Again, the notation in the files that there will be 21 days to pay. Mr. Hijazi, is there anything else on behalf of your client, sir?
Nothing else, Your Honor. We appreciate your time today.
No worries. Mr. Kuhn, you may make your payment in person or you may pay online. Other than that, good luck to you, sir. You have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you. This is a recall of 3S4267462ST, State of Michigan versus Paul Newman. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley appearing on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Paul Newman. Mr. Newman, state your name for the court.
Oh, Paul Newman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hadley, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, Mr. Newman has provided a valid commercial driver's license with the endorsement for a hazmat, in addition to multiple other endorsements. After being presented with that, the people have agreed to dismiss the matter at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Hadley. This case is hereby dismissed. Mr. Newman, you're free to go. Good luck to you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Can I get the file for Richard?
Have a good day, sir. You can log off and have a good one.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
Is that
Judge.
it? Is that all you have?
I think this is the last one.
Okay. Take care, Mr. Hadley. Thank you for logging back on.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great day, everyone.
This is 240331 SM, State of Michigan versus Daniel Snyder. This case was scheduled at 10:30 a.m. for arraignment pretrial. It is now 11:54 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, this matter will be set for show cause.
Make this guy a deal. There's no oops here. It's a formal hearing. No. He's got this guy about talking. He's just not going to go on the record. Only it goes on. I just want to wait for it to come back in. Where's his sponsor?
Hey, Judge, are you moving me to the speaker?
I'm moving you back in because this case was scheduled at 11:30. It's now 11:55. I know that you had some other docket. Is your officer here and ready to proceed?
Yeah, Judge, we're walking in on this case right now. Me and the
Thank you.
defendant. Thanks.